Everyday Fluent Podcast.
From the Fluenters.
Tim, I just had the most awkward networking event experience.
Oh no, what happened?
Well, I successfully introduced myself and asked where everyone was from, thanks to our last episodes, but then came the question that everyone asks right after.
Let me guess. 你是做什么的?
Yes! And I just stood there like a deer in headlights because I had no idea how to explain what I do.
Welcome back to Everyday Fluent Podcast, Chinese Boot Camp, everyone. I'm Tim, and Annie just discovered China's second favorite small talk question.
I'm Annie, and apparently, what do you do is just as important as where are you from in Chinese culture.
It absolutely is. In China, your job isn't just what you do, it's part of your identity. People genuinely want to know because it helps them understand you better.
But I felt so unprepared. The question sounded like 你是做什么的, but I wasn't sure how to break it down.
Let's fix that right now. 你是做什么的 is the perfect level of politeness. Not too formal, not too casual. Let's decode it. 你 means you. 是 is are. 做 is do. 什么 is what. And 的 softens the question, makes it more natural.
So literally, you are do what? That sentence structure still feels backwards to me.
I know, right? But think of 的 as Chinese's way of making questions sound less direct. Without it, 你是做什么 sounds kind of blunt.
So duh is like adding exactly to the end in English. What do you do exactly?
Perfect analogy. Now to answer, you use the simple pattern, 我是 plus your job.
Like 我是学生.
Exactly. 我是学生. I am a student. But here's where it gets fun. Chinese has some really creative job titles.
What do you mean?
Well, if you are an office worker, you could say 我是上班族. Let me break that down. 上班 is go to work. 族 is tribe, group.
Working tribe. That's actually hilarious. Like I belong to the 9-to-5 warriors.
Right? It's what young people call themselves when they're stuck in the office grind. Very modern, very relatable.
What about freelancers? That's what I am, but it seems like a hard concept to explain.
Actually, there's a proper term. 我是自由职业者. 自由 means free. 职业者 means professional.
自由职业者, free professional. That's poetic, but it's a mouthful.
True. And honestly, in big cities like Shanghai or Beijing, people often just say freelancer in English. Chinglish is totally acceptable for modern job titles.
Really? That makes my life so much easier.
But let's learn some essential job vocabulary so you can understand what others do. I'll give you the Chinese. You tell me if you can guess the meaning.
Challenge accepted.
All right. 老师.
Teacher. I recognize that one.
Good. 老 means old or respected, and 师 means teacher. So literally, respected teacher.
I love that it has respect built into the word itself.
That's Chinese culture for you. How about 医生?
Doctor. Yi is medicine and sheng is person?
Exactly. Medicine person. You're getting the hang of this. 工程师.
Engineer? Something about 工程 being engineering and 师 being like specialist.
Nailed it. 工程师 is engineering specialist. Here's a tricky one. 司机.
Driver.
Wow, how did you know?
A lucky guess? What does it literally mean?
司 means to control, and 机 means machine. So machine controller, aka driver.
Chinese is so logical once you break it down. More.
All right, 服务员.
Service person, like a waiter?
Perfect. 服务 is service. Yuan is staff. It's gender neutral and super common for restaurant workers, shop assistants, anyone in customer service.
What about shop assistants specifically?
That's 店员. 店 is shop. Yuan is staff. Simple.
This is like solving puzzles. But Tim, at that networking event, I heard people ask the question differently sometimes.
Yes, there are variations. The casual version is 你做什么工作?
你做, you do. shénme, what? 工作, work. What work do you do? That's more straightforward.
And if you're talking to a close friend, you might even hear 你做什么 or 干嘛呢? But be careful with that last one.
Why?
干嘛呢 can sound nosy or even rude if you don't know the person well. It's like saying, what are you up to? But with an edge.
Good to know. I'll stick with the polite versions for now.
Smart choice. Now, what if you're unemployed or between jobs? You can say, 我现在没有工作.
I, 现在, now, 没有, don't have, 工作, work. I currently don't have work. That's honest and clear.
Or if you're a student, just say, 我是学生. Learning is work too.
True. But what if people want to know where I work? That came up a lot at the networking event.
Great question. You use 在, the word for at. Like, 我在医院工作. I work at a hospital. 我在公司上班. I work at a company. 我在家上班. I work from home.
我在家上班. That's me. What if I want to ask someone where they work?
你在哪里上班?
你在, you at, 哪里, where, 上班, work. Perfect. Let me practice the whole conversation flow. You be the networking person.
All right. 你好,很高兴认识你. 你是做什么的?
你好,我是自由职业者. 你呢?
我是工程师. 你在哪里上班?
我在家上班. 你在哪里工作?
我在一家科技公司上班.
Wait, what was that last part?
我在一家科技公司上班. I work at a tech company. 一家 means one or a. 科技公司 is tech company.
I love how naturally you slipped an extra vocabulary.
That's how real conversations work. You learn as you go. Speaking of which, is it okay to ask about jobs in Chinese culture?
Good question. I was worried I might be too nosy.
In big cities, it's totally normal small talk. People expect it after introductions. But in more traditional areas or formal settings, maybe feel out the vibe first.
Makes sense. It's like reading the room in any culture.
Exactly. And here's a cultural tip. Chinese people often define themselves by their work more than Westerners do. So when they ask what you do, they're genuinely interested in understanding who you are.
That actually makes the question feel less invasive and more connecting.
Perfect way to put it. It's about building a complete picture of the person you're talking to.
All right, let me test my vocabulary recall. I'll say the job in English. You tell me if I get the Chinese right.
Let's do it.
Okay. Teacher, 老师.
Perfect.
Doctor, 医生.
Excellent.
Office worker, 上班族.
You've got it.
Driver, 司机.
Flawless.
Waiter, 服务员.
Amazing. You actually remembered everything.
I feel like I can survive that networking event now. What's my complete toolkit?
You can ask 你是做什么的 or 你做什么工作 or 你在哪里上班
And I can answer 我是 plus job or 我在 plus place 工作 or 上班.
Plus, you've got a solid vocabulary of common professions and you understand the cultural context behind the questions.
This is so much more than just memorizing job titles. I feel like I understand how Chinese people think about work and identity.
That's the goal. Language is never just vocabulary. It's a window into how people see the world.
And hey, we only covered 6 jobs today to keep it light. We've got a full PDF with way more from barista to CEO linked below.
So you can keep your podcast walk light and your job vocab list heavy. Next episode, we're tackling another conversation essential that always seems to come up in China.
That's right, numbers. Not just counting, but the numbers you actually need in daily life. Prices, ages, phone numbers, addresses. Episode 4, numbers you'll actually use. 你会数数吗?
Until then, practice introducing yourself with your job. And remember, confidence matters more than perfection.
Bye bye.